Hi, my name is Virginia Blass, and I'm delighted to return to Paulist Press to tell you more about my book, Experiencing God's Compassion. Let's take a closer look inside. This book is filled with 10 heartfelt, true stories of how God's compassion profoundly transformed and changed the lives of many, and in turn, they went on to change the lives of others as well. Let's meet Frances. Age 80, retired from a long career in the military, raised a family, was very, very successful in life, and now as a widow, sought me out to talk to me, have spiritual conversations, because he was searching for God. And he was erroneously thinking that God forgot him. And through our conversations, Frances came to discover that this loving, compassionate God was searching for him all the while he was searching for God. And a most surprising discovery Frances met with this God was through a poem. And his life was transformed, and he was reunited with God in his personal experience. How did that happen? How did God do that with a poem? And another story, Thomas, a young man beginning his career path, studying in CPE in a PhD program, always has been successful in his life, and comes across a big challenge where he fails a test, and it brings great discouragement in his mind and his heart, and he begins to isolate from everyone, and he's quitting the whole program and just giving up on that. And this was going on for a bit. And one beautiful October day, he just decided maybe he'll go out for a walk, just do something different. He put his sneakers on. He really didn't want to go, but he pushed himself out. And along his walk, he sees this entrepreneurial little girl with a table all set up on the side of the path with a big bowl full of leaves. She was selling them. Now, he didn't really want to talk to her, but she got his attention. She was so open and so invigorating. Hey, do you want to buy a leaf? What happened in that exchange? What gift did this little entrepreneurial girl give Thomas that transformed his life? And you'll see and get a sense of this girl's spirit when in that exchange she raises her arms and says, "Aren't leaves beautiful?" Well, his life was transformed. And finally, a story close to my heart about my sister Joni, who was born with cerebral palsy and unable to walk or talk from birth. And you can imagine requiring so much care, and she received the love from my parents and family and siblings and nurses in her entire life. So she was completely dependent upon others, powerless, couldn't walk or talk. How is it possible that Joni's life would transform so many people? Not only my parents, but my Uncle Vinny and myself. And there was one conversation my mom had with my Uncle Vinny when he was questioning her continual dedication and care. And she stopped and said, "Vincent, I want to tell you something. God has put compassion in my heart. I love little Joni with the same love that God does. And by the way, Vinny, God loves you too." And that was a transforming moment for my uncle. And he went on to live a life and impacted and helped thousands of others as a result of that exchange and that experience of God's compassion for him through my mom and through Joni. Well, there's a lot more to share about Joni, which I do in her silent presence. She taught me how to find God even in the midst of great suffering, and that God is affected by our suffering and is close with us and hears our cries. Her story will lead us into deeper awareness of the depths of God's compassion for us and the very reality of our lives. So as I close, I truly hope that you will enjoy these 10 heartfelt stories, and that these stories will touch your heart and open you up to the many ways in which you have experienced God's compassion and how you have transformed the lives of many as well. So thank you, and God bless you.